Let's break through the roof today on Classic Cinema Plus with a new release. Wow, this is awesome. You're going to want to see this. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Greetings, Classic Cinema TV fans. Jason here with you once and again on another Classic Cinema Plus. And today I just wanted to spotlight a newer release that I watched and reviewed on Classic Cinema Plus. I really wasn't going to do this, but the more I thought about it, I thought, I'm not really much for newer films. Okay, we don't talk about the newer films too much on Classic Cinema Plus because what's classic cinema, right? But this one was one that really, I went into this because we get tons of videos, tons of 4Ks and Blu-rays and stuff here at Classic Cinema Plus for review. And so we get tons of them. And so we review all of them. But, sometimes these are newer releases. And so they are not considered classic, if you will. But some of them really stick out to me, and this one really, really stuck out to me. This one made me say, you know what, I don't know, maybe I share this with you because sometimes these ones just do. They stick out and they make you go, wow, this I didn't expect to be so entertaining. So this one is a 4K Blu-ray that we received, and it's a newer film. It is Roofman, if I can get the glare off of there. There we go. Roofman. Okay, so this is a new film starring Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst. Okay, Channing Tatum will always be to me, because this was where I first watched Channing Tatum. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people would sit there and say, but anyway, the first time I ever watched Channing Tatum was in the G.I. Joe movies. Okay, I know, they're not spectacular, but for me, he will always be Duke of the G.I. Joe movies. I don't know why. I've always liked those films. I don't know why. They've been entertaining to me. I've watched them several times over my years, and I still like to watch them every so often. And I don't know, but he will always be G.I. Joe to me. It just will. But anyway, Roofman is actually based on a true story. Okay, so I'm going to read to you what it says here because, it'd be easier to do that than me try to explain it, I think. Based on an unbelievable true story, Roofman follows Jeffrey Manchester, played by Channing Tatum, a former Army Ranger and struggling father who turns to robbing McDonald's restaurants by cutting holes in their roof, earning him the nickname Roofman. Okay, after escaping prison from this thing that he did with the McDonald's thing, stealing from McDonald's, he secretly lives, now get this, inside a Toys R Us for 6 months, surviving undetected while planning his next move. But when he falls in love with Leah, played by Kirsten Dunst, a divorced mom, drawn to his unbelievable charm, his double life begins to unravel, setting off a compelling and suspenseful game of cat and mouse as his past closes in. Okay, so when I received this, I was like, I don't know. So I thought, well, but I gotta review it anyway, so I'm gonna watch it. So I watched it, and I was really entertained by this. I was really, really entertained by this. I did not expect to be that entertained by this film. It really, now let's be honest, this film is rated R, so, although, to be honest with you, there is some things in it, that is a little bit, when you think about it, but to be honest with you, I've watched PG-13 films that I thought had more stuff in this than this one, to be honest with you. I was really shocked that this was, because I was looking at rated R, and when that came and it was rated R, I was like, ugh. because I don't like rated R films too much. I'm just not that type of person. I don't like a lot of the bad language and a lot of the stuff. I'm just not much for that type of stuff. So to me, I was like, okay, but I gotta do it anyway. So when I watched it, I was really shocked. I was thinking when I came away from this, I thought, man, this seemed more PG-13 to me than R. But there is some things. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that there's some language, there's some sexual content and some nudity, but it's nothing like over the top. So I was really shocked about that. But anyway, but yeah, it is really, really an interesting tale. Channing Tatum does an amazing job. And Kirsten Dunst is really good as well. A great cast. Really a fun little film to watch, actually. And I love films that are based off of a real life story. I've always enjoyed that. So to me, that is always a plus when there is when it's based off of a real life story. I love those. So this is Blu-ray and 4K. So you get your Blu-ray disc and your 4K disc. Okay. A lot of people, I've seen something online here lately, people that have been talking about, they say, why do they do a Blu-ray and a 4K? If you have a 4K player and a 4K TV, why do you need the Blu-ray player or what Blu-ray disc? Well, I like that for this purpose alone. Okay. Many of us have 4K players. Some of us haven't upgraded yet. But I like the idea of having the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc for the simple reason. Okay. We all know 4Ks are extremely expensive in comparison. Okay. Blu-rays are still mildly expensive, but they're not as bad as 4Ks. I bought my 4K player, and I think I paid about... The player was somewhere around 220, I think, or something. It was something like that. So it was mildly expensive in comparison to Blu-ray players. Blu-ray players you can get sometimes for like 50, 60 bucks. Okay, so why I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. Why the Blu-ray 4K I think is so cool is because with the expensiveness of the 4K players, if perchance your 4K player goes down and you don't have the money to replace it and you have a Blu-ray, you can still watch your movies that are 4K Blu-ray until you gain the money or get the money back to be able to replace the 4K. Just perchance, that's me. That's why I think it's cool to have the 4K and the Blu-ray together. And plus, another reason, if perchance you have a collection of 4Ks and somebody wants to borrow one of your movies, let them borrow the Blu-ray. Then you're not letting them borrow the 4K. Take like a one of your like one of these. Let me get one of these. Like one of these old cases, like this. Pop it in there and say, there, you can borrow it and bring it back to me when you're done, right? And then you got, your case, your Blu-ray back, right? To me, that is why the Blu-ray 4K is so cool to have both. Because then, if perchance one of them goes down, then you got a backup, basically. And so I like it. There is bonus features on this. There's deleted and alternate scenes. There's based on actual events and terrible decisions featurette. There's chasing the ghost and director's method featurettes. A good place to hide, and there's so much more. So there's just tons of stuff on this release. Normally we don't talk about new releases, like newer film releases, but this was just so entertaining that I just thought, I gotta spotlight it because I thought it was really entertaining. So, let us know. Have you watched Roofman? Let us know what you think of it. If you haven't, does this make you feel like, hey, maybe I ought to check this out? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to read your comments. Also, be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. Check out all of our reviews, including the review of Roofman. And if you do enjoy this channel, give us a thumbs up. I'm not asking that for me to get a pat on the back. I'm asking that so that the algorithm sees that people enjoy what we do here, and that will help spread the news to other people that are physical media fans. So give us that thumbs up. Be sure to share this channel with somebody that is a physical media fan, and be sure to go to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build up the channel, so if you would subscribe, that would definitely help out. All right. We're over time again, so we're going to finish up this time around. So thank you for joining me today. Be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus, and until we're with you next time, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, check out a classic, and we will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.